What's going on, guys? It's Brandon Beck here again, and welcome to another BFR, the first one of the regular season. I'll admit, this video was supposed to go up yesterday. I haven't had time to do it, but I'm still fuming over this game. I've been this mad at a Hawks game in probably a good 4 or 5 years, and it's really unfortunate that I am. Game 1 against the Utah Hockey Club was a 9 o'clock game on ESPN. First, because it was a little delayed. The puck drop wasn't until 9:20, so it was a late night for me. First game ever for the Utah Hockey Club, and they win it 5-2. The Hawks already start 0-1-0. Shots were 28-26 Chicago. Hits were 24-19 Chicago. Face-offs 30 apiece. The power play goes 0 for 3. Utah goes 0 for 2. Mrazek saves 21 out of 24, and Engram saves 26 out of 28. Fantastic game out of Engram. Only part of the reason I'm livid. Only part. The lines for the game. I don't know. First line was Mikheyev, Bedard, Teravainen. Mikheyev hadn't even been seen with Bedard, so that was interesting. Second line was Hall, Kurashev, Bertuzzi, and they looked good. I will say that looked like a good line. Third line, Foligno, Dickinson, Anderson. Dickinson had a good first period. Foligno had a good third. Anderson had a chance here and there. Fourth line, Maroon, Donato, and Smith. Get Patrick Maroon out of this lineup. He cannot stay in this lineup. He's too slow. He's causing problems, yapping at O'Brien, whatever. And I'd rather have Reichel or Athanasiou in the lineup than Maroon. I was so angry watching the game last night, like never before. First pairing defenseman was Martinez and Jones. All right. Second pairing, Vlasic and Brody. Brody, I swear, wasn't even playing the game. I think I saw him once on the ice all night. Third pairing was Allen and Murphy. For Nolan Allen, he was the first-round pick back in 2021. Good for him in his first debut as a rookie. Good for him. Good to see him in the lineup as a first-round pick for the Hawks. First period, Dickinson is saved early. Hayden is saved. Donato is saved. 15:04, Utah snap. It's a snap goal from Dylan Genther. First of the season from Kesselring and Cooley to make it 1-0, and I said, oh boy, here we go. Because I was expecting a loss, and that's not really what I got. As I said, Donato is saved. McBain post. McBain hits the post again, and 6:27, Utah scores again. It's a backhand rebound from Clayton Keller with his first of the season, from Schmaltz and Hayden to make it 2-0. 4:45, it's a Chicago penalty to Dickinson for tripping, which would be killed, which shouldn't have been a penalty because the stick actually never touched Kerfoot, who he was accused of tripping. Hawks already switching up lines, shot 6-1 after 1. Eventually, I think it was amended to like 7-3. But first period, Utah dominated. No problem. I'm like, okay, this is probably how it's going to go. Second period, the Hawks came out and looked like a completely different team. Hall hits the post. Kurashev had an amazing move that was saved. Then Kurashev hits the post on an open net, and that was one of those where you're just like, that kills you. Kerfoot is saved. There's a bad icing call on the Hawks. Craig Smith hits the post. Bertuzzi is robbed. So that's how we were going with. And then at 11:14, it's a Utah deflection goal. Baron Hayden ends up getting credit for it with his first of the season from Sergachev and Schmaltz to make it 3-0. 10:06, Utah penalty to Cole for holding, which would be killed. Not a great power play, and the Hawks' power play looked absolutely abysmal. The first pairing was at least somewhat competent. You had Bedard, Teravainen, Hall, Bertuzzi, Jones. Okay, fine. Second pairing, you had Alec Martinez on the blue line. Pat Maroon was on the power play. I never want to see Pat Maroon on the power play again. Kurashev was being fed to the Wolves out there, being put on that pairing. I think it was Craig Smith, Pat Maroon, Kurashev, Martinez, and who else was it? Look at the lineup. Might have been Donato. But having your fourth line as your second power play unit, no thank you. Cooley is saved. Bedard open net. No one was there. He was frustrated. He was starting to show his frustration, and that frustration eventually leads to, at 5:33, it's a Chicago goal to Teuvo Teravainen. Welcome back, Teuvo. His first of the season from Bedard and Jones to make it 3-1. Genther is then saved. There's a huge scrum at 5:24, so 9 seconds after the goal. Dursey and Murphy end up getting 5 for fighting each. And then Keller gets 2 for roughing, for ripping Murphy's helmet off, which would be killed because the Hawks' power play sucked. 3:13, it's a Utah penalty to Keller for slashing, which would be killed. Third period, Mikheyev shoots wide. 15-12, it's a Chicago deflection goal to Nick Foligno. Gets him within 1 with his first of the season from Vlasic and Bedard to make it 3-2. Bedard on pace for 164 assists. Good stuff. Hayden just wide. Bedard tried the Michigan. Doesn't end up working. The Hawks have outplayed Utah in the second and third period, I wrote down. And right below that, I said, well, first I wrote Hall breakaway. That was saved. And then it feels like destiny for Utah to win this. The Hawks were dominating the second and third period. Utah would get a chance here and there. Genther was the most scary player on the Utah ice. His shot was wicked. But, I was so angry at how the Hawks were dominating. They kept hitting the post. They kept getting chances. They couldn't opportunize on them. It's the most frustrating game I've watched in I don't know how long. Anderson's denied. Genther is saved. Bertuzzi is denied. 41.9 seconds. It's an empty net goal for Dylan Genther with his second of the season already, unassisted to make it 4-2. Maroon is yelling at someone who went by the Hawks bench, so he gets a 10-minute misconduct. I'm not sure what happened there. Just fueled my anger at him even more. Mrazek was pulled at 2 minutes, forgot to mention that. Bertuzzi hit the post right before that as well, so that was great. Dickinson, I don't know what I wrote here. Dickinson, levels Cole. Genther is denied again. 22 seconds left, Utah deflection goal to Lawson Krause. So after they score after the empty netter, and that's his first of the season, unassisted to make it 5-2. Not sure if those are still unassisted because it was a deflection, but when I first put these down, it was unassisted. But that would conclude Game 1. Game 2 is against Winnipeg on Friday night at 7 o'clock. And I'm not expecting it to get better. Utah has a borderline playoff team, Winnipeg as well. And it was just so frustrating to watch that game. I can't understate that enough. How many chances, how many posts we hit. The second and third period we dominated, and we lost 5-2. Well, one of those was an empty netter, and the other one wouldn't have happened. But if this team wants to turn it around, I don't expect them to be great this year. I put them 8th in my predictions for a reason. But showing signs of, hey, we can put something together here would be nice. It's been a few too many seasons of me rooting for this team to lose, and now I kind of want them to finally get better. Anyway, I want to thank you all so much for watching this video. First of the season. We're into hockey season now, and look forward to more BFRs coming soon. Other than that, don't really have time to make other content, so that's just great because whatever. Anyway, thank you all so much for watching this video, and have a good one.